Let's go visit Johnny. John Joswiak, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
What do you got going, John?
Well, this guy sent me this 61 jazz bass, and he wants to refinish it. And it's in pretty good shape. It's a little bit thinned out, so I gotta recontour some stuff a little bit.
You've got it sanded out, but it still needs some.
Yeah, the neck pocket was really sanded there. So what I had to do is it was just going in too far. It was going into the neck.
So it was worn away there.
Yeah, well, it was just sanded away. So
somebody else had previously refinished it.
So I chunked out a piece of that with a router, and I put a new piece in there. And he wants it Olympic white, and which is fine. I ordered the paint, and he wants it to be a little bit yellow. Now, from what I've read, a lot of times they didn't put clear coat over Olympic white.
It's just the Olympic white would be the
but
top coat.
he kind of wants it to be yellowed a little bit. So
a real vintage Olympic white would not yellow that much.
They stay pretty white from what I've seen and what I've read. So
you're going to put a clear coat on this and yellow it a bit, but you wanted to take another step that would make it a little more look like it was the original finish and had aged over the, what year is this again?
61.
61 over that period. So what are you going to do with that?
So, I was a little bit baffled by this because I thought maybe in 61 they still had the stack knobs, but at any rate, and so I made some templates out of some plastic, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it Olympic white. I'm going to put these templates on there. This one is for the bridge, and this one is for the pick guard, and one for the back of the neck plate. So I'm going to spray it Olympic white, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of yellow, just to yellow it a little bit, and then I'll take these off, and then I'll spray clear over the top of that, so it'll have like a little difference in the color. Although I've noticed that sometimes on like some blonde or Olympic white, sometimes it's more yellow under the pick guard than it is on the rest of the body.
But the idea is that
to make it look like
the clear finish normally, when exposed to UV rays, would yellow over time, but of course all of the areas that are underneath these parts would not get exposed to that UV, and they would stay more original. So many times on a vintage instrument, you pull the pick guard parts off that, and you see, a starkly different color underneath there. And John's going to approximate that.
Yeah, so it should look like it's an old guitar, although the body's a little thinner. And
speaking of thinner, you were also showing me something you did to the peg head.
Oh yeah, the guitar. The peg head was really. The peg head was really thinned out, and so
it was warped too from string tension.
Yeah, so I added this veneer on the top of the peg head, and I should be able to hide that by spraying it with some clear finish with some pigment in it. You can see the little line there at the very edge. But I think if I just sprayed clear on it, you'd see it too much. So I'm going to try to hide that.
Yeah, and the clear would tend to highlight that seam, darken that seam.
And there was a crack in the peg head back here that was previously repaired. So basically what I did was I cut out some glue that was in there, and I'm going to do the same thing, spray a little finish with some color in it and try to hide that as well. So
part of that will be hidden
by the tuner. Yeah, that's why I had the tuner in there just now. Yeah. So hopefully that'll look pretty good.
Cool.
And I haven't decided whether I was going to do finish on the back of the neck, because this color is really dark, and obviously the finish was previously worn all the way through, all the way up the neck. So this is kind of greenish looking, probably from just hand grease and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
you may leave the back of the neck unfinished.
It should be good, and plus the peg head is going to be a matching Olympic white peg head on
Oh,
this
yeah,
too.
so that'll help
so
with
it'll
that
probably
veneer
look
look.
pretty good.
All right. Very cool, John. Thanks a lot.
Yep.